Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, my friends. This is, of course, the one and the only MRC show that never ends. And we're here in the land of the rising sun, here in Japan for Tier 2 action, the start of your Monday night entertainment. Lovely clear skies for the drivers this evening. They will be breathing a huge sigh of relief, because one thing we know about Japan, when it rains, it is a monsoon. Of course, we'll find out part of the weather forecast for the rest of the evening. But before we get into qualifying, it is an absolute pleasure to introduce the man alongside me this evening. It is a man who is just joining the commentary team, so please, go nicely on him. Don't crucify him too much in the YouTube chat, folks. It is the man known as GTS Drag King, Lewis Southam. Hello, my friend. Welcome.
Hello, Mr. Hodgson. Thank you for the very warm introduction. And can I just say that was one of the best intros you've ever done, I think.
Thank you very much.
Very good.
No, I mean, it's a pleasure to have you, mate. It really is. And glad you could join us. Glad you could join the commentary team. Give it a whirl.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here. Hopefully I do the comms team justice, like I said. Hopefully I don't let anyone down. But, Vans Racing is already off the track. He's on the Inters.
Yeah, I think maybe reserving is Frank. So yeah, on the Inters, G-Stars out on the softs, but I know he's reserving a Tier 1 driver, so he normally just sort of invalidates his lap, does a few laps, gets his eye in. But Japan, here we are, round 7 already, which this season's flying over. It's a tough track, this one, isn't it? It's a very technical track, higher downforce than you expect, and also very difficult to overtake.
It definitely is. I'm wondering whether or not we'll see some people be very, very strong in the first sector and then a sitting duck for the rest of the sections.
Yeah.
Whether they go really high downforce or low downforce to actually try and overtake.
Yeah, that's a good point, isn't it? I mean, obviously there's only one DRS zone, isn't there, down the start-finish straight, but you've got the run from Spoon all the way through 130R, and that can lead to some overtaking opportunities under braking, isn't it? So you're right with that. It's that balance, isn't it, of which way do you try to go really with it?
Yeah, of course it is. I wonder if we'll see any Alonso Schumacher-esque into 130R.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it is Tier 2. So you can't count anything out, really, can you?
Yeah, we've got some very brave boys here.
Yeah, we do, don't we? We do. Let's have a look at the chat. Mr. Hills, good evening. Possible rain late in the race. That'd be interesting. Mr. Mode is in the chat. Hannah, good evening. Miss McLaughlin, good evening. Lovely to have you with us. Don't forget, folks, hit the like button and ring the bell if you have not subscribed. A few drivers already out on track, and it's amazing how quick the sessions go, especially in the commentary booth. That we'll talk about obviously the track and everything, and the laps come thick and fast. And next thing you know, we've only got 5 minutes left, don't we? It's crazy.
Yeah, I think a lot of the drivers want to get a good banker in early. Is my thoughts.
Yeah.
I know I like to do that. I like to try and push as hard as I can on my very first lap. Second lap, try and build it up a little bit, and then obviously it's all guns blazing for your final run usually.
It is, absolutely, yeah, that's it. And we got the track evolution as well, and this track isn't too bad, but as you say, you've got your eye in. You know where to brake, you can feel the tyres, you know exactly what you can and can't do with throttle and the battery use as well. So that's of course, yeah. So you get to the end of qualifying, it's all go, isn't it? It's everything you can do.
Yeah, exactly. You want to give it your best shot. Sometimes that leads to invalidations or off-track excursions. Sometimes, in my case.
Yeah.
But these boys are a little bit better than I, so hopefully we don't see too much of that.
I think you're having a pretty good season, though. To be fair, mate, you're not doing too badly yourself. So, I mean. It's one of the this is a track that there's only a couple of places really that you can invalidate, but as you say, off-track excursions, through that first sector, up through Dunlop, end of the first sector, and through the Degness. There's a few points where you can run a little bit wide, cost you quite a lot of lap time as well, because there's not a lot of runoff areas. You're sort of into 28.9s already from Jackster, so the times are coming thick and fast. 23 from Airways. Wow, what a good lap that is. But yeah, it's one of those, those little mistakes can cost quite a few tenths, really, can't they? Because like I said, there's not a lot of runoff. There's a few places, but then you're invalidated, and then it is just grass and gravel, and that just sucks you into the wall.
Yeah, there is definitely quite a few places on this track that can do that to you. I'm thinking more so in the race, maybe when the tyres start getting quite hot and worn. I think we'll definitely start to see some people running wide. Maybe not so much in quali, as it is quite high grip in quali, I suppose.
It is, yeah, and I think you're right about the race. Like you say, tyres getting a bit hot and dirty air. Like you say, it's difficult to overtake. So that's where strategy plays in. But a lot of the time, if there is enough track and, like I say, it can drag you into the wall, you can then cause sort of, it brings out potential what we call stoppages. So that little bit that, slow them down, and then it's just all about the strategy and keeping hold of tyres and seeing what you've got left and what's going to work for you. We've seen a few sort of chances in previous races, and it generally has worked out well. But with the difficulty here of taking, I think it can throw so many unknowns into this track.
Yeah, I agree. I'm more interested to see how long the medium runners will take their first stint, to be honest with you, because I was really struggling in practice.
Yeah, it is. It's quite high, the tyre deck round here, isn't it? It's a 27 lap race, and if you get your tyres, if you get them 10 laps, you've done quite well. I would probably venture a 2-stop round here, maybe.
I think it's one of the very few tracks on the calendar where a 2-stop might not be as bad as you think.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, the tyre wear is quite high, and once your tyres hit that sort of 40-50% mark, it's very hard to keep consistent, is what I've found.
Yeah, it really is, isn't it? Absolutely. Lap times have been coming in thick and fast. We've got 28.1 from KG. He is really pushing on so far. Really, really good laps. I think we may see the 27s peeking into there, creeping in towards the end of this session. We'll have a look at Armour. Clean track. He's got a nice little tour from a Mercedes ahead, who now moves out of the way. So let's have a look as he goes on 130R into the final Casio triangle. Mr. Scott, good evening, Connor, on a 2.0. Let's have a look. Armour's actually bailed on his lap. Single track was the man who's now starting a lap. He was the other Mercedes. So the boss man, not many cars on track, so he'll have a nice clean lap ahead. Let's see what he can do. So let's have a look who's in the chat. Andrew in 6th. Andrew, yeah, good lap from Andrew. He's happy with that lap. Yeah, he's got Mr. Mond has got an anime style crash helmet. He likes his different helmets, does Andrew, and he's got an anime style this evening. It is from, he told me about this, Bakugo. It is, the anime character. Apparently his hero name's Great Explosion Murder God Dynamite. That's a mouthful. But fair play. To be fair, he sent me a photo of the helmet that he's using. It's actually really cool, to be fair. So, fingers crossed for you. He does like this track. So the man in Aston Martin had a few good races this season. So let's see what he can do. Currently lying now in 7th as Collins put a lap in. But already we're halfway through this session here, Lewis, and we've got the top 3 back out on and out lap. Who are you keeping an eye on?
Oh, sorry about that. Can you hear me?
I can now, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, mate. I was chatting. I think I unplugged my mic.
Oh, right, okay.
I think Colin, Airways and KG are always up there.
Yeah.
But I think one of the dark horses who might be a little bit off kilter so far is probably Maka. I know Maka's been very quick around here in practice.
Yeah, he's been quick a lot of the time this season as well, hasn't he? So, yeah, he's one we can sort of keep an eye on. Last week we had another Victor Airways where we were under the lights of Singapore ahead of Lati Maka was 3rd, with Maritz and Colin KG in 6th. So those guys up there, obviously you reserved in 7th yourself, so had a good race yourself there. But, if we quickly flick to the standings as we look at Maka on his outlap, we've got Maka is leading the championship only by 2 points though, ahead of Colin. Yeah, it's only 2 points. And then in third, 11 points back from that is Airways, tied with KG. And then only 5 points back from that is Flatty. So, what's that?
Very tight.
Yeah, that's 18 points the difference between first and fifth currently
Wow,
in T2.
that's nothing really, is it?
No, that's a victory, isn't it? That
Exactly,
is so
yeah.
close. That anything can happen, and well, in MRC, as we always know, it usually does. But that shows how competitive this has been this season, and it's such a good tier.
Yeah, definitely. The racing in this tier is very, very close. Probably the closest tier in MRC, I think. We've got Airways and KG on very quick laps, both improving by about 2/10.
Wow. Okay, we're just going to watch Mackett come through the second sector, see how he is on his lap. And we'll see he's 6.5 tenths up purple middle sector for the Haas. Let's have a look through the Casio triangle, see what he can do. Heavy braking, doesn't run too deep either, so nice and neat. The push using the last tiny bit of his battery in the run towards the line, and it is Paul. It's a 28-0, but KG's 2 tenths up. He's got an Aston ahead.
What can Airways do? Oh, Airways improves, but not quite enough to match Macca.
It is. What about KG? Is he hampered? Is he able to push on? Is it the 27s? It is just the 27s from KG.
I wonder if that little bit of a tour helped him there towards the end.
Yeah, possibly. Possibly he was just far enough back. Maurice.
Oh, Maurice!
Wow! Wow, I said we might creep in the 27s. We're definitely in the 27s now. Let's have a look at Nels. Coming through the final corner. What can he do? Little snaky down the hill. I think he's going to be close. He's now into fourth. 28-1.
28-1, that's a good lap.
And there's Mr. Mond slightly up through the first sector. He's on a slow lap, so he's abandoned that one. The other Aston Martin as well of Connor. Let's have a look. Carl 16th. He's on a slow lap. Who's on a fast lap? Anybody? Let's have a look. Flatty just starting a lap. Let's do an on-board lap, shall we? Down into turn 1. Flat out spot the braking point for turn 2. Get the car switching back in a little bit deep. Through there, very wide through 2. Now then into the S-curves. 4 flat. Drop it into 5th. Keep it neat for 4. There's now turn 5. Usually in race to 4th during race trim, but not through here. Flat out up 7, Dunlop curve using the battery up the hill. We've come to the end of the first sector. How's the lap looking? 3 and a bit tenths up, throws in the first Degner. A little bit of understeer in the Williams so far. Oh, got on the curve at the exit, turn 9 exit, the Degners. Heavy braking into the hairpin, turn 11. How's the traction? Keeps it in third to stop the wheel spin. Have a look as he goes through the kink at turn 12. Got a car to the right hand side, dodges out the way. Using a bit of his battery to keep his speed up. Now then throws it into the spoon curves. Turn 14. Long corner this one. Got to get the traction right. Carry as much speed as possible. Now then using more battery as the run up to 130 yards. Have a look at his middle sector. Lost a little bit of time, but it's still a 10th up. Used to drop a gear through 130 yards. Braking about the 100 metre board for the Casio triangle, keeping it nice and neat, using as much curve as possible, pushing down. He's bailed on the lap. Unfortunately, that started off really well. Just a few, run a little bit wide.
I think that slide through the start of sector 2 is what will have killed his confidence, I think.
Yeah, I think it will have done. I think you're right, and using a lot of his battery to try to regain that time, and but still got time for one more. So let's have
what I have noticed actually is there's quite a few different ERS strategies is what I'm seeing.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people choosing to save the majority of the battery for the final sector.
That's interesting, yeah, because it's high speed, isn't it? And
yeah,
it's interesting. I think, we're looking at Jackster at the moment. I mean, obviously during the race we don't show it, but I do during qualifying. But yeah, it is interesting. He's actually using quite a bit of it at the moment, using actually pretty much all of his battery.
Yeah, he's out of battery now, pretty much.
Yeah, he's going to try and recoup a little bit under braking, down to 10, so have to
bit of a slide there.
It was a little bit, and he's build as well.
Yeah,
so second run for the Williams wasn't ideal. Let's have a look at Colin.
So yeah, that's both Williams bailing there, isn't it?
Yeah, so this is it. I think that's, you know, like you say, I think the track's getting there, as you said, but not quite at this moment in time, by the looks of it. It's just, like you say, you get that push, you've got your eye in, you've got that first lap, but now it's all about, of course, now with less than 3 minutes left, we're going to see a big flurry, I'd imagine, of everybody leaving the pits.
Well, all but one driver are in the pits now. I think we're about to see it become the opposite.
I think so. Yeah, it's going to get very busy very soon. And to be fair, it's one of those that you know, you need a quickish outlap, but you don't want to be taking too much life out the tyres, of course. And it's finding the gap. It's finding that clean air as well.
Yeah, you're exactly right there. If you get the dirty air in sector 1, that is pretty much your lap over already before it's begun.
Absolutely, yeah, that's very true. Yeah, and we found, I'm sure you'll agree that, you know, dirty air in this game is so much more powerful than it ever has been.
Definitely, and yet in the same breath, the slipstream is weaker than it ever has been.
It is, yeah, it does. It's a strange one, isn't it?
It's just a disadvantage.
It is. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I've noticed that as well, and I think this is where it's going to be key to have the drive from down through the last corner with the DRS, whatever battery you've got, to try to make an overtake and show absolute bravery through turn 1 and 2 as we're looking at Airways. So he starts his final flying lap. A little bit of traffic further ahead, so hopefully they will see him coming. But it's very busy further back, as we've said. Let's have a look at Airways through Dunlop, using plenty of his battery.
The last car gets out of the way, that's good.
It was purple first sector as well. Takes a bit of the inside curve, absolutely fine. Got out of the way, so it's gone clean so far for Airways. Again, chooses that third gear on the exit of the hairpin just to minimise that wheel spin. Using plenty of his battery now, as he's got, I think it's a Red Bull further up the road, but not causing any problems so far. Comes to the exit spoon, just feathering the throttle, not trying to push the car too far wide. Understeer, quite a prevalent theme around here. They're getting a nice little tow to 130. I used a lot of his battery. Let's have a look.
He is a long way up.
Yes, let's have a look. So, is he going to get the same push that Maka had? There's one towards the line. Is it going to be what it is? It's a good improvement.
Wow.
2/10 for Maurice. Let's have a look. KG in the first sector. What's he got? He's got a bit of clear track ahead. Let's have a look through the first sector. He comes towards the Degners. Slightly up by half a tenth. Wow, that's full commitment through the first sector and the second as well. Let's have a look. Where's Maka? He's coming to the end of the first sector. Let's have a look at what he's done. He's similar up by less than a tenth. So it's going to be very close. Moritz didn't make the line.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. It didn't quite time it right, I don't think.
Yeah, that's wow. So second to best Moritz. Let's have a look back to KG. What has Kingsley got?
It's open for the front row at the minute then.
It certainly is. It certainly is. Anyone can have a really good improvement. There's a gap from 5th to 6th. Hook a lap together and you could find yourself well up the order. And KG pushing on purple middle sector. Final couple of corners to go. Full send, full commitment. Last bit of battery. What's it going to be? Is it going to be? It's not quite. It stays third. Maka only a tenth up as well. He needs a monster final sector. This is going to be close. Are we going to see front row from the Haas? The championship leader. It's not. Only fourth. Nell stays fifth. Single track he's built on his lap. Andrew up into 7th. So he's improved.
What can Colin do? What can Colin do?
Have a look. He's into 5th. Very well saw on air lap. Alex, he's invalidated. Jackster. Saw him bail his second run. Is this going to be an improvement up to 10th for him? Loppy is missing a front wing actually, is Loppy.
He is, yeah. I thought I saw that.
Yeah,
he's lost his full front wing.
Yeah, that's a big hit to do that. I wonder where that was. Might have been first sector, to be fair.
Yeah, possibly dropped it on one at curbs, maybe.
Yeah, possibly. Possibly. So there we are. There is
Where's
qualifying.
Paul?
It certainly is, with Maritz in second, only just ahead of KG. Then Maka in fourth, Colin will be fifth with Nels sixth, Single Track seventh, Andrew in eighth, Vans in ninth, and Jackster will round out the top 10. So that was interesting, and the bit that was interesting for me there was there weren't the massive improvements on the final run. It was sort of a tenth or so, wasn't it? It wasn't as much as we generally see.
Yeah, nobody made an absolutely massive jump, with maybe the exception being Airways, but definitely less than I expected improvement-wise.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? And it just shows, how much they got out of their second run, and how treacherous this track can be when you just overstep the limits a little bit and take too much out of tyres and whatnot. That can really hurt, and I think that might have just shown it there.
Yeah, it definitely seems to be. I just wanted to say though, unlucky for Maritz not making the line, but I think he will still be happy with starting second.
Yeah, absolutely, I think he will. So we've already mentioned the top 10. Alex will be in 11th with Flaherty 12th. Smith in 13th ahead of Loppy 14th. Dumbers Horn at 15th. Connor in 16th. Then Bit, G-Star, Armour and Wumax round out the grid. Dumbers Horn has had a connection issue. Hopefully he'll be back. So on that, obviously tyre strategy is going to be massive and very key as we go into our 5-minute break. Anybody you're keeping an eye on here? Anyone you're fancying?
Well, I did promise KG I wouldn't jinx him, so I'm not going for him.
Well, that's just a jinx then. That is just the biggest jinx. That's it. That's. Wow! Look at the weather.
Oh my God!
Look at the weather.
Rain.
Wow! Oh wow! Oh wow!
Oh, it's like being back in Tier 3.
I mean, I'm hoping that it rains now when we don't have it in Tier 1. I'm not going to lie. Wow, that's incredible. So that's thrown the spanner in the works. As you mentioned about those potentially using that lower downforce, they're not going to be happy.
No, definitely not. I'm assuming people will have checked the weather radar beforehand, but we all know how useful this game's weather radar is.
Very true. I mean, Martin said it was possible late race. Yeah, you got that one a little bit wrong. Not going to lie.
Well, to be fair, I have seen it multiple times myself where it said, oh yeah, it's a dry session. You load up and it's pouring down.
Yeah, it does do that a little bit. There are little... Martin's just put, that's why he doesn't believe his app forecast. So I am intrigued to see who's gone just up a few extra clicks on the wing. Maybe the ride height just a little bit. So, yeah, this is going to be an interesting one, this one. I think, obviously, it throws the tyre strategies out the window.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
But
Martin says now it says Thunder All Race. So, in for full race. Yeah, so that's heavy rain all race. That's going to be a... Well,
I was going to say something I've noticed in this game is the wet tyres seem to be fairly useless after 3 or 4 laps compared with the intermediates. So I wonder if we're going to get a few brave people on the inters at the start.
Yeah, I think you're right. I was going to be interested to see who chooses what, or what sometimes the game forces you to do, doesn't it? It only forces you to go wet or inters. It doesn't let you have that option, usually. So, yeah, that's going to be a fun one to see which way it tells you to go.
Yeah, and like you said, the wing levels... I'm hoping the majority of the grid have gone quite high wings, otherwise we may see a few incidents.
Yeah, we could see a bit of sliding, a little bit of locking up, some understeer. I think we're in for it all now. I mean, welcome to commentary. This is what you get.
Well, you can't get a much better scenario to start with.
Absolutely, yeah. Talk about unknowns as well, and yeah, this is. I mean, that's it. I mean, who do you call? You can't really know. As you said, we don't get to know. We don't know who's going on what setup. We can't get to see. So this is going to be, fun for us.
Oh, 100%. Like you said, it throws basically all predictions out the window with the wet race.
It really does. So don't forget, folks, as I say, do hit the like button.
Monster says, Bakugo hates the rain.
Yeah, but, you know, things can be lost on lap 1. It's 27 of the laps. Anything can still happen. And I think it's... Yeah, a lot of things are going to happen, I think, as there is the ready up in Discord, so very soon we'll see if they are actually going for inters or wet. It's going to be touch and go. It doesn't look like there's a lot of standing water in the pit lane, but it still looks very treacherous.
It definitely does look very greasy.
Yeah, it certainly does.
Like you said, we can only see the pit lane, so who knows if there's standing water on the track.
Yeah, it depends if we can get to see the... let's have a look. Okay, so there is a little bit of difference in the tyres. So, Marie Snell's intermediates, Flatty Smith further down, Bit and Armour. Intermediates, Chris is having difficulty with internet connection, unfortunately. That's a real shame for him. He had a really solid race last week in Singapore. But yeah, so we can see the tyres, the on track. So it's not soaking wet, so I think we're pretty much at a crossover by the looks of it. Yeah,
but maybe it looks... I don't want to say it looks too dry for wets, because we both know what this game is like, but I'm unsure if I would have gone inters in Marit's position.
Yeah, I mean, look at the race strategies have just popped up: wets to wets, or two-stop wet, and even more wet tyres. So, good evening, Louis. He says wets on this game are useless. That's I mean, talk about making it reality. That's pretty much where we are with that one. So you're right. I mean, I haven't really ran wets on this game. I have run intermediates, and I used to be okay on full wets. I was rubbish on inters in seasons past, but I was okay on wets. Yeah, I haven't really done much running. To be fair, I'm actually useless in the dry pretty much at the minute in Tier 1. So yeah, I mean, I'm glad I'm sat here talking about it.
Me too.
Well, I mean, I'm going to say that it's just going to be full wet for me now, isn't it? I can see it later on.
It's going to be a wet quali as well.
Yeah, I know for a fact, as Connor said, his dignity will be lost on lap 1. I second that, because I will probably be the same. So that's fair enough. Yeah, so this is it. Of course, I think you mentioned it. How the wets work. Vans and Jackson have had a collision through, I think, exit 130R, so they're disqualified. They're going to on the grid. But it's just keeping those tyres alive and seeing if you can get the grip. And
well, I think the key for the inters runners will be to not lose positions. If they can stay where they are until they get a dry lie forming, then they're in pole position there, if you know what I mean. But if we don't see a dry line form, then they may regret this.
I do agree with you. I absolutely agree, and I think Lou says the same thing. The wets might be great for the first couple, but then the inters will probably be better. But it does, as you say, you're right. As if there is no line forming, you know then if it's how it's going to be, as Womack's the last man to line up on the grid. All 20 cars now poised, ready. Hearts will be racing, as now we have 3, 4, 5 red lights. Tier 2 in Japan. Let's go racing. It's a tentative start. Good start from the Williams further back. But it looks like Airways has got the jump on route. Oh, this car's side by side. Our car's off further back. Not sure who that was. This car's going wide through turn 1.
Yeah, Jack Stern-Lauper off in the back. Oh, nice Smith as well.
Safety car, yeah. There's a few.
Wow, that was early.
That was early. That was very. Smith's had a collision with Thomas Horner. So let's have a look at the winners already. Macca got a jump. Single track got a good start. Alex, a fantastic start. Up into 7th. Andrew up. Well, it says up. It says it was red 1 and then green out. So I think he started 8th. But has survived so far. G-Star Womack's avoided the collisions. So let's have a further back, because we saw a few drivers off track. And a big collision. Loppy has lost his full front wing. It was him that we saw had the incident, and Thomas Hornet has lost half a front wing as well. Carl Bitt, who's normally pretty good in these conditions, seems to be okay so far. So there's a few winners, losers. Flatty up a couple in 10th, but so far It seems very tentative. That was tough into turn one. A lot of people going straight on there just really struggled with the heat in the front tyres and where to brake and through there. That was hard work.
I was going to say, I'm sure it was Laupy and Jackson that got reset on the grid, so they would have had the coldest tyres there.
Yeah, good point.
So
good
perhaps
point.
that's what's caused it. I'm not saying that is, but
yeah, it is. I say it's now
we're green again.
Going green. We are.
Oh, there's a lot of cars off there.
Oh, you've seen it further back. So yeah. Connor, Armour, battling Airways, Maurice, Mack a little bit further back with KG. Oh, having a little look at Mack, who got the run from Spoon all over the back of the Haas. Already there on the wet tyres as Maurice
has gone off.
Yeah, he did through 130. Went straight on. Look at this. There's KG, Mack side by side of the Casio. Can't quite make the move. He's going to try and get the switch back. KG on the outside.
That
Gets
is
the
brave.
move. That's very
what
brave.
A move.
Yeah, a great move. Got the traction and got the move done. Wow, great move. G-Star the pits because end of lap 1 he is tier 1 man, so he has pitted. I'm not actually sure the full ins and outs of the rules when it comes to wet weather, but G-Star played it safe. So yeah, that's crazy so far. What a move from KG. Maka seems to be struggling a little bit for grip. Already dropped off the back. Airway still on the back, but look at KG already on the back of the top two. Finding pace so far as he's got the move up the just drifting up the hill.
That's so brave.
Wow, KG's really feeling good. Well, goes wide through Degner. Is this going to allow Airways back in side by side through the second? KG wide again and loses the rear, but Airways gets back through. But
if
KG's looking the best so far.
KG's pit wall, I would be crying right now.
I know. But yeah, I think Womack's up 10 places from back of the grid. That's a great start for the Ferrari of Womack's.
Wow, it is, yeah.
But let's go back to the tyres difference. So Marita's the one on the Inters, don't forget, as well, leading the race.
Yeah.
As I think a few drives just touching the white line on the entrance to Spoon. But this is interesting. Macca's dropped 2 seconds off the back of these top three. Not
Macca
finding
seems to be really struggling on the power.
He does, yeah. I tell you what, one man you don't want behind you in the wet is the boss man. He is very strong in the wet, a single track. So, yeah, he's always has been. So, he is a man who's going to keep our eye on. Looking further back, Nelson Flaherty doing okay, 8th and 9th, also intermediates. Andrew there in 11th behind Womax. So he's got a gap to his teammate. But let's go back to KG because KG just seems to have so much more confidence. Under braking, in the turning as well, and on throttle. Look at this into turn 2. He tries to have a look. I think I was just saw him coming up. There's a bit of wheel banging. Jack's at 10 seconds for corner cutting. I don't know where we managed that.
Wow, I think that was the final hairpin.
And speeding in the pit lane as well. And he retired in the pits. Okay.
No, it's not gone well.
That's poor from him this evening. But we're just keeping my eye on KG because he is just looking all over the back. He's trying a different line again. The switch back up through Dunlop, drifting and gets the move done again. Can he keep it?
Can I get it stopped this time?
That's the one, isn't it? But yeah, he's a bit further back from the back of Maurice. So I think last time Maurice goes very wide through the second Degner. Got a nice helicopter shot for that one. And that's allowed KG to get just drifting everywhere. Superb car control. Andrew, 3-second warning. He's having a little bit of a moment somewhere. He's now got Armour right up the back of him.
Oh, Flaherty going past Nels, is he? Oh, Nels a little bit better on power there.
Yeah, those two on the Inters. Look at this for the lead. It's KG the second part of Spoon. There's a little bit of contact, but KG just grippy, has so much more confidence. Gets the move and now leads this race. Lap 3. And the gap to Macca, 3.3 seconds. Now then, what can KG do? There's a yellow flag, second sector, that's cleaned up.
Yeah, that's just someone running slightly wide.
Possibly, yeah. But such is the difference here. We've got quite a few drivers a bit further back. Of course, a few pitted early on as well. KG not surprising with the fastest lap already broken a second from Maurice, but looking at single track, he's still got his teammate all over the back of him, and Alex as well, having a great race so far. So well done to the Ferraris for their gains in these early stages. As I mentioned that, I think he goes a little bit wide in turn 1.
We've got Armour going round on Andrew Morn. Good move.
It was, yeah. But
Yeah, I wonder now if KG is happy with the wets or if he's going to regret it in a couple of laps. But he seems to be absolutely flying at the minute.
He is, yeah, making the most of them, isn't he, at this moment? Yeah.
He's pulled 2 seconds.
Yeah, that's huge in a lap, isn't it? He's really got the confidence. Maybe just preempted it, went with that high downforce setup as Flatty and Nels as Woomax as well. I think Nels might have made a mistake at the first Degner. Flatty, Woomax through. There's a few gaps are forming as some people are struggling.
I'm wondering if this now is Maritz being on the inters is actually slightly slower than the wets at this stage.
Yeah, there's not really a dry line formed, is there, so far?
No.
There's not really the tyre tracks that you tend to see when it is mainly intermediate tyres, but you know, he's just gained a couple of tenths there on KG.
Yeah, we say that, and he's pulled 4 tenths back.
Exactly. So yeah, I think that gap, and I think a lot of them are going to ebb and flow as well. Alex is through, of course, on Collins, so he now splits the Mercedes. Let's just see what he can do. Single track not able to do anything about Maka, so Maka seems to have a lot of pace. Colin gets 3 seconds through the Casio triangle, jumped in a little bit. I think we're going to see a few of those this evening, just in these slippy conditions, and it's just that braking, as we mentioned even in the dry when the tyres start to wear, how difficult it is going to be. But in these conditions as well, you've not just got dirty air, you've got the overheating, as you say, you've got to keep the heat in them.
Yeah.
But and it's just, and the wear, you've got to, I don't
You're going to have to be very careful in Sector 1 here as well. I think if you glance one of them curbs, you're having a half spin, I think.
Yeah, potentially, you're right. I mean, they have made the curbs a bit more user-friendly than they were previously. But I tell you what, Alex looks very strong in that first sector, close to the back of single track.
Airways runs a little bit off track there.
Yeah, he's now dropping a look at gap 3.4 seconds that KG has. So he is pulling away, got the hammer down in the RB. Let's have a look at Alex. He's going to try into the hairpin. Single track goes defensive. So Alex, let's have a look at the traction. Single track covered the line on the exit. And then through 12 as well. That's right on board with the Ferrari. Difficult as well to use any kind of EOS battery to get the tyres spinning. You don't want that. Anything can happen. Let's have a look at Spoon. A lot of understeer, but keeps it a little bit wide. That's going to be tough.
That'll be the dirty.
Yeah, it will, absolutely. And then a bit of oversteer on exit as well.
Armai's got very close to the back of Woomax.
Yep, he's pushing on. So I think it's definitely a crossover. Some people are okay. We've got Flatty on in 8th, and he's on the back of Colin at the moment. But then you got Nels 3 seconds back. Armour is pushing on. He's very quick at the moment. So yeah. This is now, I think, more of a confidence, isn't it? I think more than anything else, because if you can make the tyres work, if you can have that feeling of them, then you can. We've seen KG really making them work, but Flaherty pushing well as well on the Inter. So different tyres, but they are pushing on really, really well.
Yeah, they are. I think it might be perhaps a sector-based thing at this moment in time, because Armand was very close to Woomax through Sector 2, and through the end of Sector 3, he's lost a little bit of time, but now he's right back up there again.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, if you've got... Whoa! Spins Colin up the hill. Flatty trying to, react to that. Almost did it himself. So both drivers...
Catch that one.
It was a good catch and stuff from both drivers. And this is it, lap 6. Where the tyres... Usually we see in wet qualifying, people on Interdor wets doing a couple of laps on them and seem to go quicker and quicker. But at the moment, Alex has made a little error. But to be fair, Colin made that error, and he's close now to Alex. Single track may have made the error a little bit different, and he's dropped off the back of Maka, who's got 7 seconds to the back of Airways, who's dropped a second to Maritz now. So, yeah, gaps really forming, and this is now where who tries to look after the tyres, who is just trying to see their pit window now, and seeing, well, obviously in these conditions, so treacherous, anything can happen.
I'm thinking, is Maka one of the gentlemen we were speaking about with low wings, possibly? That's a big gap for Maka to have lost.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
He's not a slow driver, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Oh, it's Alex drifting through the final corner, drifting once again. This is going to give Colin the run. Yeah, he's got the run on him. And we got the Williams as well. Gets boxed in. Flatty having a go. Alex just stays ahead, drifts through turn 1. Just gets the car stopped as well.
Wow, that was clenched.
That was. I was glad I'm not Flatty's position. That is hard work there. That did well. All drivers do that.
Alex is sliding a lot through sector 1.
He certainly is. There, we've got the nose cam as well, so we can't see what the rear's doing, but you could just see the understeer. He's just fighting to get that car turned. You can see it skating around. I think he touched the grass as well there, up Dunlop, but managing. He seems to have a very solid sector 1. Well, he drops Colin Flaherty, who struggled a little bit. He drifts again through the second Degners. Oh, the rear tyres are not going well.
Those tyres must be screaming.
Oh, they really must be. I think they're turning into snakes. He's drifting on the exit of every corner.
I think it could be switchover point now at this stage. Flaherty is much more stable than Colin and Alex ahead.
Yeah, let's keep an eye on that Williams and let's have a look through Spoon.
Oh, he's got Colin. Colin's gone off.
He did. He's gone wide, so that's one more place for the Williams.
Did Colin get a penalty for that? I've just noticed he's got a penalty outside of his name.
Possibly.
I didn't see that before.
Well, we say it's changeover point, but KG just sets fastest lap after fastest lap each lap. Yeah. Oh, as he goes very wide as well through 130R, comes on in front of Nels. So potentially, as you said in this C8, Lou said in the chat, you know, these, yeah, but he does pit, does Colin. So those Inters could now just be working that little bit better than ever, but Womack is under pressure from Armour as well down the start-finish straight. As Armour got the pace into turn 1, he's going to try it on the outside, he's not.
Single track's got past Maka into turn 1 and 2.
Yeah, he has. So he dropped
and
back a little
both on
bit.
The full wets as well.
Yeah, but now the 11.8. I think Maka may have made an error somewhere, but 11, well, nearly 12 seconds to the top 3. That's unheard of at this stage.
And now Alex is having to go on Maka.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see who's looked after the tyres. Martin's pretty good, like I say, Martin is good in the wet. And he's pretty good at generally at looking after his tyres as well. Maka, oh, I think it was a little tap from Alex into the second Degner. But as you say, Flatty there on the Inters, right with him.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see if Moritz can close in any on KG now.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, the gap hasn't really grown massively in the last couple of laps, only a couple of tenths. So, from what it was...
Bad exit there for Moritz.
We're just looking at how Maka's car seems to be handling and looking at Alex behind and Flatty.
Omar's got past Womax. Womax runs after track.
Yeah, in the background. So intermediates do seem to be working. I say that, and KG does it again. He sets another fastest lap.
Yeah.
But Flatty looking into 130. I thought he was going to have a little peek. Airways pits from third. So the first man to blink. It'll be interesting to see who follows suit. Those wet tyre runners. And it definitely takes it to a 2-stop strategy.
Nels is also joining the back of this train.
He certainly is, yeah. So it's going to be interesting. Look at this start finish straight. Are we going to have a look? Flatty on Alex into turn 1. Who's going to be late? Who's going to be brave? Alex on the outside. Flatty still there inside line. Has he got the traction? They're still side by side through 2, and he does now. Takes 1. And now what can he do with Maka?
Complete commitment that from Flaherty.
It was. Oh, a little tap as well from Alex. But that was full commitment, and Alex did try. He tried to hang it round the outside, just didn't quite have the grip. Let's have a look up the hill. Flaherty's snaking all over. Maka's giving him room. But I think those Inters are now starting to come into the run and looking a little bit better. Look at this.
Flaherty thought about a move there. I think he thought better of it though.
I think he did, yeah. But look at this. We've got Nels and Armour all joining the party.
Yeah, these boys were 2 seconds behind earlier on. They've caught very quickly.
Yep, shows how much Macca is struggling. Single track now 2 seconds ahead of this back. There he goes at the bottom of the screen. That gap still is increasing out front. So KG managing to look after his tyres really well.
Airways has gone on to intermediates. That's going to be interesting to watch.
Oh, he did, yeah, good spot. Really good spot. Yeah, that's going to be fun to see how he gets the grip into those and see how he feels on his outlap. But let's have a look. Flatty into 130. Oh, he tried to look last time. Wasn't able to do it, but can he do it now into the Casio? He seems to be there. He's there about the side by side. Is there a what a move?
Wow. Well, we're seeing some incredible moves tonight.
It is Macca pits.
Macca pits, yeah.
Yeah, those tyres are done. Flatty. Yeah, those into seeming better. Look at this further back as well. We've got the 2 Alpines. Armour had a look, but Armour, I think, is a reserve, so
I think Nels let him go there, to be fair.
Yeah, I think he did. Looked like it.
I don't think he wants to waste his own time.
No, absolutely not. So Macca now comes out on the inters as well. They seem to be the better tyre. Bit now. Oh, Andrew out of turn 2. Very snaky. Carl goes through. Intermediate tyres for the McLaren. Seems to be working better. I think it is now intermediate time, isn't it?
Yeah, Airways has already caught to the back of Womax now.
Yeah.
That's like nearly 3 seconds in a lap.
Wow. Yeah.
I think it's got to be time for the inters now, surely.
It is, because look at that. The gap was over 2 seconds. Flatty is caught up. Only 6/10 now to single track. So I think
and Moritz is now beginning to catch KG as well.
Oh yeah, that was over 7 seconds a minute ago.
Yeah.
Oh, look at Alex. Wow. He's caught that really well once again.
He's a full wet runner. Is he going to pit this lap, maybe?
Yeah, let's have a look at the leader. He's keeping on going. And he's managing to use his overtake down the hill. That's perfect.
That's very interesting. I wonder if he's going to wait as long as possible then.
Oh, look at this. Flatty side by side single track. Goes around the outside. Keeps the position around 130 up. That was very close. Full commitment as well from single track. We know how strong he is at defending as well. I can say that from many personal experiences with Martin.
Stayed out as well.
So Alex is now pits, which I'm not surprised really. But
He's Flatty trying the outside.
It's going to be brave around the outside. Has he got the grip? Single track is a late breaker. Flatty goes wide. Tried it. Martin did leave room at that point. Just carried too much speed. Airways 3-second penalty. So where's Airways now? There he is, 8th, and wow, he's caught up massively.
Yeah. There is a big gap between 2nd and 3rd.
Yeah, it's about 28 seconds for KG. KG could pit and still come out ahead of single track at this point.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's about 25 second pit stop, give or take, but obviously it could be different in these conditions. But single track's got Flatty and Nels and Armour all on the intermediate tyres for company now, and it's still raining. But it just seems, look at the grip difference. Flatty gets a good drive from the hairpin. Martin Wise to it once again, but I think this is a matter of when, not if.
Yeah, I think what we're seeing here is the wet drivers trying to stay out as long as possible so they can switch onto the inters and just go to the end. Yeah,
possibly. I think you're right there. We've got 15 laps after this one still to go, and single track was drifting understeer, a little bit of snaky oversteer through the middle of Spoon, but look at Flatty on the run up as well. Martin's giving just room. There's a Williams car through. It has to back out for the tight line. Oh, boys. But look at this as well. Nels is having a little sneaky look at the Williams. Oh, I can't cope with this.
I was going to say, he had to slow down so much there that it gave Nels an opportunity. Nels is going for it.
He is single track pits. Nels is having a look at Flatty. This is going to be tight. Airways in the background as well.
Nels backs out of that move.
It wasn't quite close enough.
I tell you what, Airways is on the back of Nels now.
Yep, he certainly is. He got through on Womax. So,
and he's just disappeared, really.
Yeah, where's single track come out? And just having a look, Macca just goes through. There's Colin, who pitted a few laps earlier, so single track's come out behind his teammate. but who's having a battle with Mako. Gets through on Mako as well into turn 2. But now Martin, not fresher tyres, so that's going to be an interesting one. As Smits hasn't pitted yet, bit in 7th without pitting. Womack still on the wet tyres. There's only him and KG Vans as well further back. Dumas Hornet pitted end of lap 1. They haven't pitted yet. G-Star pitted lap 1, put another set of wet tyres on. So, yeah, still a big round of pit stops coming. Now that gap between first and third, as Ice gets another 3 seconds, that's over 30 seconds now. As Leader does pit.
Yeah, I thought it was about time. Maritz had caught him by a second and a half that lap.
Yeah, he had, hadn't he?
He needs to get in and out before they're within the window, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I know exactly where you're coming from there, but it's going to be interesting. You've got sort of just near enough half race distance, not quite. So they should go to the end. But now we'll see what Maritz can do now. So Flaherty coming on the Casio Triangle as KG is leaving the pit lane, so he has the full pit straight ahead of third place. Nels is pitted. Yes, so that's going to be interesting. Maybe trying an undercut with Flaherty. Depends on where he comes out though. He was with Maka, well, he was with Single Track, and now Single Track's there with Armour, Maka, Colin. They've caught up to Smith. Let's go back to this because that's a big battle now as well.
I think he might be behind all of them, to be honest with you.
Yeah, they come through the final corner, and I think you're right.
Here they come.
There's Nels leaving the pit lane now. There's Maka, there's Single Track. That's going to be close with his teammate as well. Oh, it's frustrating for Nels, isn't he? That'd
be very frustrating.
Yeah, thought he might have had a bit more pace himself, and yeah, it's disappointing when you've just tried to eat the last out of your tyres while everyone's on warm up. But that one lap fresh over Single Track and Armour, that could potentially play dividends. But it seems to me, I think you're probably seeing the same thing, that the Inters seem to be holding up okay at the minute.
Yeah, they definitely seem to. Flaherty and Maritz, they've not really dropped any time to anyone around them, with the exception of Airways, who's obviously just pitted for fresh tyres.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on the KG gap. Oh, I'm on to another 3 seconds. Going in 15th, he'll pass Dumas Hornet before she left the session once again. So he'll be up to 14th.
Smith's got 10 seconds. That must be a pit lane entry, surely.
Possibly. No, Smith hasn't pitted, so it must have been a big corner cut then. Or a collision, maybe. I think, did he not have a collision under the...
he did, yes, of course he did. Yeah, of course he did. My apologies. Airways fastest lap.
Yeah, but he's got 3 seconds,
He's
Alex.
He's going to have a go.
Have a look into turn 1.
On the inside into turn 1.
Yeah, Flaherty doesn't like to give that up though, does he? But has to this time round.
Yeah. Good move, good move.
Yeah, Flaherty going long. Let's have a look at those pit stops. So there we are. So yeah, KG Airways, top ones who have pitted. Alex now pits as well. Sorry, that was Womack, his teammate had pitted. So yeah, we're getting into that window now, and you know, there's still not the tyre marks, but at some places there's a bit of a line. At other places there's not.
Mainly sector 1 there is a bit of a line for him, and it still seems very wet in sector 2 though. KG sliding all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, it's close 3 seconds to Maritz now. Those fresh tyres really working well.
I hadn't actually noticed that.
Yeah, it was about 15 seconds or so. So yeah, he's pushing on. So wonder how long Maritz decides to take those tyres. He's coming to the Casio Triangle. Will he pit this lap? Got to come out in second. So he does now pit. That's him done. End of lap 14. Sure, it'll be intermediate as well. See what Flaherty does. He'll surely pit soon as well.
I could be wrong, but it might be quite close with Airways and Maritz here.
Let's have a look. Airways coming into the Casio Triangles. Now KG sets another fast lap. So Maritz is running down the pit lane.
Yeah, I was miles wrong. Oh, Flaherty pits.
Yeah, but he hadn't pit yet. Yeah, 30 laps he's done on those, so that's going to be an interesting one.
I wonder if Bit's going to follow suit then.
You would think so now, with the power that the undercuts had.
No, he doesn't.
It keeps on going. Interesting.
Maybe hoping for a safety car or something later on.
yeah, I mean, apart from that virtual at the start of the race, it's been all green running. So Colin has got through on Macca. So Colin pitted earlier. He's had 7 laps on those intermediate tyres. He will have to pit again. That's surely. It's a 2-stop strategy, but look, it's. Oh, I thought he was just going to sneak it down the inside. Yeah, but I think Colin's going to have to pit again. He's on 7 laps. He pitted very early. So did Airways, in fairness. It'll be interesting to see, with another 12 laps to go, if they can take it towards the end. Whereas, I think maybe Macca, single track, Nels, Armour behind, and Armour, obviously reserve driver, but those drivers probably won't. They'll be doing that one stop surely now.
Yeah, I would have thought they'd be able to get them to the end. But like you said, Colin definitely pitted quite early. I wonder if he's perhaps thinks it's going to dry up towards the end. Can't see it at this stage because it's definitely still raining, but you never know.
I mean, that would be something, wouldn't it? I mean,
Yeah,
Martin said it's
definitely.
thunderstorms all race.
True.
So it only starts to, I mean, KG's still going faster and faster at this moment in time. He's
flying.
He really is. Absolute incredible performance so far from Kingsley. But yeah, this is, I think, more just a battle. Flaherty's out there in 6th. He's got a bit of clean air to close the back of Alex and then Bit, who does have to pit.
I'm going to say Alex is on the back a bit, but yeah, like you said, he hasn't pitted yet.
Yeah, I think it'll be about time now for Carl to hit the pit lane, and I think he's staying out once more.
He stays out again.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, must be looking after his tyres really well. But, you know, in these conditions, it does seem the rain has started to ease a little bit by the
it looks
looks of
like
it.
it's eased off a bit, yeah.
Yeah, it's not as heavy as it was at the start, that's for sure. And there is that dry line starting to form, as you said, through Sector 1.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think you could be right. Those that pitted early, maybe chancing if it does stop. Yeah, will we see some soft running towards the end, really? Or maybe the mediums for that consistency? That's, again, another unknown.
Yeah.
The longer this race goes on. So, yeah, a lot to go. Smith still hasn't pit either. He's currently in 12th.
Yeah, he hasn't, yeah. Wow. G-Star hasn't pitted. I know he's a reserve, but he's still on the full wets.
Yeah, he pitted lap 1. Oh, look at this from Alex! Wow, thought he was going to have a look through 10, now into deep into the hairpin. Carl goes defensive. Alex
Overcooked it a little bit on the brakes.
He sort of jinked a little bit through 10, then went onto the grass, did well to hold him. He's going around the outside at 12 into Spoo corner, gets the move done. Wow, a lot of overspeed and the grip that he had.
That must be the benefit of fresh tyres there, surely.
Yeah, I think you're right. Maybe a little bit of battery use.
KG's just set another faster slap.
Wow, the man is
absolutely flying.
He's a man on a mission this evening, and I think it's not far stopping really. There's a dry line forming across the whole track now, so I think you're right about Carl, about trying to keep going if there's going to be it's going to stop soon.
I think if you've gone this deep, you've got to try it, surely.
Yeah, I think you're right. I really do think you are right there. And you know, we've got this train still now with Colin, who's got through a Macca and starting to pull away a little bit from this group. Macca still with single track behind him, who's then with Nels and Armour as well. The single track gets a bit sliding through exit of 2. So yeah, this dry line's form. This will help those on the fresher tyres, of course.
Yeah, the people on the old tyres will be burning through rubber like no tomorrow now, I would have thought.
Yeah, the Wilbur single track's getting very squirrely at this point through the exit of the S's. And he's dropped a little bit of time to Macca. So now with this, as Macca's gone very, very wide through the Degness, I think Nels had a little look at single track as well. But this is now, I think, I mean, it doesn't look, I mean, it looked like it got lighter with the rain, but it hasn't eased for the last 2 laps
stopped,
or so.
That's for sure.
Yeah, it hasn't eased for the last 2 laps or so. So, yeah, this is now, you know, I think Carl's trying to eke it out a little bit. I think if we start
single track run wide, sorry.
That might have been calling further, but he's on the back of Macca. And now we've got Nels still for company. Macca starting to struggle once again. It seems to be once those tyres start to wear. on Macca's car. It just seems to lose pace very, very quickly. But look at the nails on the back of single track. Thought he was going to have a little look, and someone's overcooked it with single track, overcooked it.
Oh,
Cassio doesn't
have the going for it.
Peen, yeah, but he's got the run side by side, start finish straight.
Ah, single track's got a good straight line speed.
He does, doesn't he? He does.
Mumax is all over the back of Smith, but he can't quite seem to find a way around him yet. Smith still has not pitted, neither has Bit.
Yeah, interesting that. It shows how long these inters can go. I mean, I probably don't feel too good, to be fair. No. But yeah, they are going a really long way into this. I think, as soon as if it just stops raining, I think they'll be in.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think they must be chancing it and hoping it dries off now, surely. Yeah. Because they're losing so much time.
Yeah, I mean, Alex got through on Bit, and he's only 3 seconds behind. He's now got Flatty for company as well. Has Bit.
KG, Flatty. Another faster slab.
I know.
He's just trying to prove a point at this stage.
He really is, isn't he? He's just looked impervious since lights out, and once he got there, that's him. He's just disappeared off into the distance, and it's been a great performance so far from him.
He's telling us the Drag King curse doesn't work on him.
Oh, we'll get you on comms a bit more. Trust me, I'll teach. I will teach you the ways, my friend. I have taught everybody. Connor's taken it a little bit to the extreme, but he's pretty good at it.
He jinxes everybody in.
Oh, he does. He absolutely does. To be fair, he tried to jinx me last week, and I proved him wrong. So.
Well, maybe you've broken it.
Maybe I'm impervious because I taught him. That's the only thing. Flatty on the outside of Bit into turn 1. Bit didn't really fight that one. Knows he's just got to run his race now and try not to lose too much. Now, Single Track and Smith have pitted.
Interesting.
Yeah, let's have a look at their tyres.
I was going to say, Single Track's tyres weren't that old.
No, he only did 7. That's soft tyres.
He's gone soft.
Wow.
No, surely that's too early.
Well, and will he take them those 8.5 laps to the end? That's the next point, isn't it?
Oh, he's coming out the pits.
Oh, no. Where is he?
I wonder if that was a miscommunication between the pit wall.
Yeah, possibly. The wrong selection.
It's
but
very
I think
possible.
We've got a virtual safety car on track as well. I think we do. Yeah, virtual safety car. So Smith's G-Stars had to pit. There's our leader. There he is through Casio Triangle. Now then, is our leader deciding to pit? He's got a free pit stop. He does, yeah.
It's got to be fresh into surely.
You would think so, but yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what Single Track can do with the softs and see if anyone else braves it as well.
Yeah. I think that must be an error from Single Track. I don't think he's meant to do that. He's literally come out, spun out of the pit lane and broke his front wing immediately.
Oh no. Yeah, KG didn't get the free pit stop actually, so Marita take the lead, but it's going to be fresh Inters. Look at Alex, is he not quite going to get through? But actually, no, I thought it was full safety car for a moment, then it's not. Luckily.
I tell you what, it's close with Airways and KG. Whoa.
Yeah, it is, but fresh tyres for KG.
11 laps on Airways tyres, yeah.
Yeah, so there's still, I think, a few tales left to be written here.
Yeah, we've got Laupi on mediums as well. Is this actually a choice that people are making, or?
Possibly, yeah, possibly. They are. Philip, good evening, Sporting Monster, our German friend. That's the only. I don't actually know German, but I'm just guessing that is German.
Have we had an error from Moritz though? He's only 3 seconds ahead of KG.
I think it depends on when it went green. If it could be maybe just being very cautious with the time delta. But yeah, that's possibly a big jump. That was 5.5 seconds. So yeah. KG is going to see that and be loving life right now.
Oh, Colin gets past a bit, does he? Oh no, not quite.
Oh, I thought it had actually stopped raining there for a moment, but it hasn't. On board with KG. He's trying to get the heat into his tyres, snaking his way through the deadness. Look at this behind Bit. We've got Colin, Macca, Armour, Nels as well. Let's have a look. Where is Single Track? He's had another spin. Exit of turn 2, yeah. So, those soft tyres, yeah, was unfortunate. Just was a gamble. Yeah, right, he has broken the end plate, but yeah, big gamble and it just hasn't worked. Maybe he thought he was going to stop raining and just didn't quite yet.
Yeah, I think he went all in on that strategy, if he's done that on purpose.
Yeah, I think it was worth it. I think he was sort of stuck behind Macca there, and there wasn't a lot they were doing. They've caught up to Bit very quickly indeed, as Colin going to try the 130 yard, gets the move done. But 12 laps on his tyres. Bit still hasn't pitted. The problem Bit's got, as amazing as his drive has been without pitting, as we now come to the final stages of the race, that the gaps behind aren't that
very
big.
Small. Yeah,
he could fall behind Andrew by looking at this, I think. If it depends if we lose.
Macca's having a go
yeah.
on Bit. Yeah, he gets it done.
He does. So, yeah, if Carl keeps going like this, you know, he could fall behind potentially Connor if he's not careful. I don't think he will yet. I think that's a bit of a far shout. But Alex, in another 3 seconds. Let's have a look at those penalties. 16 seconds for Alex.
Wow.
So, who was that? That's a sorry, that was yeah, I think that might be Vans or Loppy. Put that down. I just saw
it's Loppy.
I saw a banner go flying. I got a bit excited, but
I tell you what, KG is now all over the back of Maritz already.
Yeah, you've seen it just as I did. Good spot. Yeah, just cut to him.
I'm thinking possibly Bit now is thinking, right, I've got to take these to the end.
I think you still have to pit, don't you? I think.
No, I don't think you do if it's a full wet race. I don't think that's a rule.
Okay. He's the only man who has not pitted yet.
Yeah. I think if it's full wet for the entire race, you don't have to make a pit stop.
Ah, okay.
KG
if he does, but he just has no traction whatsoever. He's now got Nels, who surely is going to come breezing past. And he does, the Alpine, now ahead of Bit. But this is it now, yeah, Bit could really stumble behind Connor, maybe even Dumbest Hornet, if he's not careful, if he doesn't pit soon.
That's the choice he's got to make now. If he pits, he's definitely behind them, but might be able to catch.
Yeah, I'm
if he doesn't
again,
pit.
Which is fair enough. After that, yeah. So Flatty in 4th. He's had some good overtakes, but just finds himself 28 seconds off the top 3, and this will be a nailed-on podium at the minute for Airways, even with his penalty. And the length of his tyres, 13 laps he's done on them. Surely he'll be looking to take them to the end. So, but KG all over the back. Oh, there's contact! Contact into Spoon! KG tried to sneak it up the inside, wasn't alongside enough.
I think they both got away with it without damage, though.
Yeah, I think they did. Yes, they have done. So, KG's tried once. Maybe had his first opportunity, but that was so close.
Yeah, I think maybe a little bit too optimistic there from KG. I think he'll realise that himself.
Yeah, I think it did look it, didn't it? Yeah, it was a little bit too late.
He's got the pace, he's got the fresher tyres. I don't think he needs to try as hard as he did.
No, that's true. Yeah, I mean, he dropped half a second or so, and he's now closing back in straight away. So I think, again, this is another one where it's going to be if, not when, for KG, who has just looked on utter top form, hasn't he, this evening, just from the work going.
He's looked incredible tonight, I won't lie. As much as it hurts me to say that. But I tell you what, it's again close between Macca, Colin and Nels. All three of them within pretty much a second of each other.
Yeah, but the penalties that Colin and Nels have got are going to change things towards the end. Woomax, Alex has pitted again. But yeah, Woomax as well. He's having a good race so far, Woomax. He was at the back of the grid.
Colin. Sorry, Colin just stuck a nose up the inside of Macca there. Very close to contact. I don't think they did actually touch.
Looks okay. From here, we're going to go back to KG. A little bit further back through the Spoon this time round. Now hanging on for dear life. 4 more laps to go after this. Alex has now gone for mediums as well.
Wow, very interesting.
Yeah, but those that pitted for those who tried it, they've gone back to the Inters.
Yeah, they have, yeah. Apart from single track.
Yeah, he stuck it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Who was that in the background? That was Single Track. Yep, Single Track is a lap down. Struggling for grip. Experiment hasn't worked, unfortunately for him this evening.
Not.
No, it's so unfortunate because he was running really, really well. And
sorry to interrupt you. Moritz and KG, yeah.
Yeah, through turn 2 had a sneaky look. But look at KG, just has the confidence still.
He's got so much more grip at this stage than Moritz, and there's not that much between the tyres really.
Yeah, 5 laps, so KG took it under the virtual safety car. Took that extra pit stop.
Vans gets 3 seconds.
Penalty, yeah, all adding up now. But yeah, you're right, KG in the last couple of laps, 3 more after this, 3.5 to go. Maybe just biding his time. Moritz holding on for all he's worth as a big drift. Under braking for KG.
Oh, big slide there under the power for KG.
Yeah, this is getting very close indeed. I'd love to look at some of the other battles with Colin and Nels bit hanging on, Moomax behind him. Andrew now finds himself back up into 10th, so he's stuck at it, which has been great to see. He's got Armour for company, but Armour I think will pit again towards the end, and then he's got a good gap to his teammate, so that could be good for Andrew. He has a few penalties, but look at KG. Is he going to have a look into the Casio triangle? Breaks early, has to have a look, and Moritz, there's big contact. I think Moritz broke early and they've ghosted and KG goes through. That's a difficult one. I think we may see that one in the stewards.
Possibly. The door is sort of closed on the way in, but I mean he was entitled to do so, I suppose.
Yeah, but Moritz just got back through to turn 1. KG goes wide.
Wow.
3 laps to go and gloves are off.
This is like Russell and Verstappen.
It really is. Wow. I don't know who to put your bets on this time because honestly the difference of tyres you would favour KG, but he's drifting like mad. He's pushing so hard. And Moritz is trying to look after the last bit of his tyres as well. This is so close. So close between them. It's literally these two for the top step. Is it going to be Moritz? Can he hold on? Can KG find something? I think in the Casio, I think Moritz broke a little bit early. KG had the overspeed and it just caught Moritz out, I think, through there. KG, I don't think, was ideally going for that move. He was sort of pushed into it, forced into it from Moritz braking early, and contact was just inevitable because the way that Moritz turned in, you wouldn't expect him to do that at that point. So
yeah, well, KG has got much fresher tyres, hasn't he? He can brake later.
He certainly can. Let's have a look. Are we going to see, well, the deja vu? Is he close enough this time? What about Moritz's KG? Yep, KG learned again from it, but I think he's going to try a little switch back. Is he going to try it down the hill? Right on board, it gets a big snap. Drifting down the hill, using his
drifting.
Yeah, he had his battery on overtake. I don't think he's realised that he was on overtake. And that's caused...
No, possibly not. Possibly not. He's got no battery left at all there.
Yeah, so he's going to have to charge it this lap. 2 to go. Charge it up a bit now. Go through another one of the Red Bulls. Difficult one for the Red Bulls. 17th, 18th. No points for them so far this evening.
I was going to say, you know, I'm impressed with Bit. He's stuck it out and he's likely to score points at this stage.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Nels goes for a move on Colin. Oh, I don't quite pull it off.
Yeah, we've gone back to that one actually as well because I don't want to leave the top 2, but there were so many other battles further down the field. Armour is pushing it on.
Oh, Airways is in the wall.
Oh, he is. Oh, wow.
What's happened there?
Up Dunlop, up the top of the hill, up Dunlop.
Oh,
He has lost,
man.
I think, his front full wing, I think. Oh, 2 laps to go. Let's have a look. Yep, his full wing's
he's
gone.
lost his full wing.
Wow. Drama right at the end. The man was nailed on 3rd place.
Wow, if I was him, I'm not pitting now. I'm not pitting, I'm going to the end with no wing.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. He's got 13 seconds. That's going to come down massively. Let's have a look at the penalties as well. 3 seconds. So Flatty will see that. He'll know that gap's come right down. And he'll have the bit between his teeth. quite literally. Colin and Nels actually 6th and 7th. They both only got 3 seconds, and there's 6 seconds to Womack, so they could still be there 6th and 7th. Most is 6 seconds, but let's go look. KG, final lap.
Yeah, KG.
Final lap down the start finish straight we go. Not quite close enough into turn 1, but we're going to stick with this. This is the battle for the win. I say gloves are off. There's been a bit of contact in this fight. There's a yellow flag, sector 3. Smith, yeah, unfortunately for him.
I think that's a pit lane retirement.
Possibly, might have come back out, but yeah, possibly. I've been one single track back up into 15th to score so far a point. But look at this, the top 2 still nose to tail.
Top 2 is the closest battle at the minute as well.
Flatty has got through. He did, yeah, he did. Wow, surprised he did that. You're right. I would have probably maybe he's lost a lot of time there.
He has lost a lot of time, but now he's losing positions as well.
Yeah, and that 3 seconds as well, right at the end. That's going to really hurt.
He's gone softs as well.
Wow, well, it has stopped raining in fairness, but let's have a ride on board with KG using battery once more. The run up to Spoon. He's not quite close enough to have a look, but he got to get uses the inside curve, gets sideways. Tries to have a look at and the second part of Spoon. Who gets the drive?
Oh, DRS enabled.
Oh, well.
Wow.
That's not going to work for anybody, I suppose.
Yeah, it's not going to help anyone, like.
No, but still. Here we go. Has KG got anything to the final breaking point? 1:30. Here we go. Has he got anything left? Has Maurice saved any of his battery? It's going to be a do or die. Maurice goes defensive. Maurice has just held on. Who gets the driver on board with KG? Drifting down the road. Where's KG's going to take it?
No, Maurice takes it.
Sorry, yeah, well, sorry, Maurice. Why did I say KG? Sorry, yeah, Maurice. Wow. 3/10. What a battle. Flaherty, who was quite a way off, and still 36 seconds off the top 2, is going to take what probably for him a surprising 3rd place, but definitely. A great podium nonetheless.
Late on in the race, he did not expect that, I don't think.
No, I think you're right. He isn't at all. I'm looking further down the pack as well. Colin Nels has dropped off the back. He's going to lose out to single. Yeah, Flaherty takes 30 years. Yeah, Mack is going to come across in 4th. Did very well to hold on throughout that race. Yeah, Colin is going to be in 5th.
I'm impressed with that as well. Colin did 20 laps on them inters.
Wow, that is a great one.
And he was hunting down Macca.
He certainly was. Airways is going to come across the line in 8th. Bit, it's going to go what a run from Bit. 9th, 10th for Andrew. So a great comeback for him. That was a tough one. Dumas Hornet. To be fair, Dumas Hornet 11th. He was about 15th in the grid, so good points for him.
That is with connection issues as well for Dumas.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Absolutely, yeah. Good point. So he will take 11th. The second Aston Martin will be in 12th. Armour, of course, reserve has slowed down. Single track was a lap down as well, so the last man on the lead lap is Armour Red. But, wow.
What a race that was. Got very spicy there towards the end.
Didn't it? Just last couple of laps. Wow. Wow, that was crazy. That was absolutely incredible. Gee whiz.
I tell you what, that is incredibly difficult to judge on stream. I'm fairly certain we might see that in the stewards' room.
Yeah, I think we may do it. It's one of those that we could see it in the stewards' room. I think it was sort of the conditions played a part, the tyres played a part. I think there's a few outside factors there, but we'll cut the podium short to see, of course, the race winner, Maritz. Armour with the fastest lap at the driver from the driver of the day from the game was Womax, with Armour taking the most overtakes and cleanest. So, your provisional standings, ladies and gents. Maritz on the top step ahead of KG. Flaherty takes from 12th on the grid, takes 3rd place. Macca in 4th, Colin in 5th, Womax in 6th from last on the grid. Incredible drive from him. Okay. Nels in 7th. Bit took the tyres a very long way. He takes 8th. Andrew, it was Armour because he retired. No, Airways retired, so he is 8th. Bit 9th. Andrew 10th. Then it's Dumas Hornet, Connor. Then Armour. Single track was a lap down with G-Star, Loppy, Smith, Vans, Alex and Jackster. Well, Lewis, here's a one for you on your debut, my friend. Who is your driver of the day this evening?
I think this could be one of the most difficult ones to judge that on, because the front two were dominant the entire race, but I've got to give an honourable mention to Mr. Bit, who took the tyres the entire race distance.
Yeah.
But I think I would go with Woomax, from last on the grid to finish 6th, was it? That's a really good effort, that.
Absolutely, yeah, and Flaherty from 12th to finish on the podium, and then of course our top two as well. There are so many. I mean, I think you're right. I think we can't actually pick a single driver for that one. I think
no, I don't think
there
you
were
can.
some very standout performances there, and yeah, that was absolutely incredible driving. It's very tough conditions this evening. So there we are, folks. In about 20 minutes' time, just over that, we have the Tier 1 boys. We'll be taking to this figure of 8 circuit here in Japan. Please pray for me. Pray for us that we have nicer conditions than they face this evening. Lewis, it's been an absolute pleasure, my friend. Thank you very much for joining on your debut as well, and Coleman's absolutely great job. Absolutely fantastic.
Well, thank you very much for having me. I'm definitely hoping to be back on.
Oh, absolutely. Without a doubt, my friend. Without a doubt. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you for getting involved. Don't forget to hit the like button, of course, and join us in 20 minutes' time. Have a lovely evening. We'll see you very, very shortly. Good night.